So a little while back, I did a video on the Sonicake Smart Box, but it didn't answer everybody's questions. People put some questions in the comments below of the things that they really wanted answering about the Smart Box. I decided I'd take a few of my favourite and answer them. Without further ado, let's go check it out. User J Wright said the following comment over on YouTube. A good noise gate is crucial to proper use of a digital rig. If the noise gate is not tunable to the sweet spot of cutting noise, but also allowing a wide dynamic range, then it's not usable for me live. If I try a digital rig live and it has a bad noise gate, like artifacts and the gate closes, then I just use my guitar volume to gate the noise when I complete the phrase. So this is a really interesting point and a crucial one if you are considering using the Smart Box live, especially with higher gain tones. So let's go and check out exactly how that noise gate performs. So I've pulled up the first patch that you get on this, which is quite a high gain one and incorporates a gate. First of all, let's hear what that sounds like without adding the gate. So you can hear without the noise gate on, there's a bit of hiss there already, even though the guitar volume is turned off. So let's engage the gate and see how it performs, if it's got any of those artifacts or any of that really fast, like choppy closing, and see how it gets on. So immediately the noise has gone. Let's hear how it sounds with a bit of playing. So immediately that sounds much, much better. None of those artifacts, none of the kind of chopping in and out. It's a really natural sounding gate, and even with the guitar volume, it sounds quite natural. However, Sonicake have added even more versatility to it, allowing you to move it around in your signal chain. So what we're going to do is move it after the amp and see if we can get even better results. So you can get some really good results putting it after the gain as well. But what you have to do is push the sensitivity up, because some of that hiss from the amp comes through if it is after. It seems a little counterintuitive, I know, but putting it before or after the amp leads to some really good results, some really natural sounding gating. So I think we can say that myth is busted. It is a good gate from Sonicake there. Next up is a comment from Sour Orange 420 asking us about switching effects order. This is what he had to say. I've been waiting on a good demo on the Smart Box. There's only a couple of videos out. Question: can you switch the pedal order in the chain, like have two delays stacked? Great demo, mate. So another great question, and it is not as simple as a yes or no, and I'm about to show you why that is the case. So for this example, we've pulled up a slightly cleaner patch. Let's give that one a listen to start off with. So taking a look on the app here, we've got some preset blocks. We've got NR, which is noise reduction. We've got drive, we've got amp, we've got IR, we've got EQ, delay and reverb. And all of those things are preset. You can move some of them about a bit, as we mentioned with the noise gate a little bit earlier. They will only ever be that block. So the gate will always be a gate, the amp will always be an amp, and so on. The ones that are grayed out on this one, effects 1 and effects 2, are your wildcard entries. However, they aren't free choice. They are limited to what you can put in them. So you couldn't have two amps running, for example. You couldn't have two IRs. Let's have a look through the list of effects that you can have assigned to those effects blocks. So if you have a look at the list here on the left-hand side, it shows you the effect type. And it's mainly modulation effects. So we've got chorus, flanger, phaser, vibrato, tremolo. But then you've also got like auto wahs and wahs that you can plug expressions into. You've got filters as well, and the acoustic sim, which isn't bad. It does unfortunately mean that you won't be able to stack delays, but you could run a chorus and a flanger. you could run a wah and a boost, for example. Some of the effects in the effects 1 and 2 blocks are really good. Like this compressor, it sounds amazing for a tone like this. So let's hear it without. So something like the comp is really good at evening out your tone and getting a really kind of polished sound, or you can add something a little bit more adventurous. So I've thrown some of these effects 1 and effects 2 effects together to show that you can stack them. Unfortunately for you, Sour Orange, none of them are delay, so you can't do that stacking thing, but you can get some really crazy sounds. So I've thrown on a pitch down octave and a touch wah auto filter as well to get some really crazy sounds. Let's have a listen to that. So maybe not what the original poster was after, but being able to combine 2 different wildcard effects will lead to some really crazy and interesting sounds. So now I've switched over to the bass guitar. Built into the Smart Box are a bunch of bass presets, which I didn't cover in my original demo. First up here is basic bass. Let's give it a listen. So the next one is pick bass, and let's have a listen to that. Next up is the slap bass preset, and I'm going to put my hands up, disclaimer here, I am definitely not a master of this technique. Next up, we've got some really fuzzed out bass drive. The final bass preset we've got is a real funky one. Let's have a listen. So to me, they sound ultimately plausible as bass sounds, but I am definitely no bass aficionado. Let me know down in those comments below what you thought of the bass tones in the Smart Box. John Plays Guitar pulled up this really interesting point in his comment. The marketing copy for the Smart Box seemed to suggest that it could run NAM without disabling the IRs. Looks like that's not the case. So I've already done a video covering this on the channel, and I'll post a card up here if you want to watch that one next. What I did want to do whilst we're here is show off a little bit of the NAM profiling and what that kind of sounds like in real terms. So first of all, let's hear the original tone of this patch, which is the creamy overdrive. Now let's load up a NAM profile. Here we go. And listen to the kind of volume discrepancy that you get straight out of the gate. So you can get these things to match, but to do that, you will need to push the volume. You can also push the preset volume as well. So it is still a little bit more quiet than the built-in amp profiles, but what you can do to kind of compensate for that is put a boost in one of the effect slots after the amp. So it seems like all the NAND profiles that I've downloaded tend to run a little bit quieter than the built-in amp sims. This might be worth bearing in mind if you are looking to build presets that are based around NAND profiles, but also mix and match them with presets that are built around the built-in amps as well, because you are definitely going to have to do some volume balancing on a patch by patch basis. William Tell put a comment which mirrors many people's sentiments. He said, I want to hear a comparison between the Smart Box and the GP50. Now, of course, that is a much bigger video, but it's not something that I'm ruling out. So throw a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. It will show me that you definitely want to see the comparison between the Smart Box and the GP50. If you just can't wait, a full video for the GP50 is showing on screen now, so feel free to give that a watch in the meantime. Thank you for watching this video. You've been a fantastic audience, and I will see you again on the next video.